This video is sponsored by Gate.io. If you set an account up using the link in the description, you'll get 25% back on all your spot and futures fees for life. Gate.io. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'll just make a quick video on this thing, UFO. Right, so just for a bit of context, this is a bearish formation and a bearish chart. The chart is bearish, everything about this chart does not look good, doesn't look good at all, so I'm just putting it out there. And TA is my bread and butter, that's what I do. So I'm looking at this right now going, well, there is a support here. We're on a weekly, by the way. We're looking at this on a support. It might work, it might not work. Either way, that's not the point here. The point is something slightly different. Now, like back in the olden days, you know, in like 2015, I bought XRP when it was a few cents, sorry. And that worked out, and it did pretty well in the peak of the bull market, 2017-18. Did well. Anyway, saw the market crash. Standard bear market, went all the way down. Then I re-entered the market hard and heavy 2019. The same sort of sentiment appeared, well, more than the same sort of, the ultimate sentiment for crypto back then was, what are you doing? Bitcoin has gone from 20,000 down to 4,000, you're crazy. Ethereum used to be thousands, and now it's what? $100, $150? Well, this is where I was buying it, obviously, because it's not like I had a crystal ball, but you know, you buy these things when they're super low. It looks like a bear market had completed, which meant that there was a bull market ahead of us, which meant that I'm just going to get involved, right? I'm just going to buy it all back, and which is what I did. And not only that, I had a little dabble in other altcoins, and one of the famous ones from the last bull market that I was buying loads of when it was what, about 2 cents, between 1 and 2 cents, was Matic. And that ended up doing really well again, you know. So obviously everyone wants Matic now. They only want it when it's expensive. They don't want it when it's cheap. Anyway, the point I'm trying to put across is that yeah, you've got to stick your neck out if you want to make some money. And I'm not saying that this is going to do anything like what XRP did or like what Matic did. What I'm saying is, you know, I'm going to stick my neck out and buy, you know, a reasonable portion of this over the period of the year. I've already bought a fair bit, but I'm going to buy a bit more. And when I'm saying that, I'm not harvesting kidneys and I'm not selling children to put on eBay. You know, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm, you know, shaving a few hundred off my winning trades. Yeah, stick it in this. And then I'm putting in a few others. I'm not going to tell you everything. Not that I don't want you to do well. It's just that when I talk about things like this, I'm concerned that people will put more than they can afford to lose in, and they will lose. Because, yeah, XRP bought me a house, and Matic bought me, well, a lot of stuff. But for every ultimate sort of winning hodl position that I've taken, there's been plenty that didn't move at all, right? So I'd say for every one winning one winning scenario like that, there's like 2 or 3 that just haven't won at all. So it's not plain sailing. But if this one does do a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100x, then fine. You put $1,000 into this, 100x, $100,000. So you can't complain with that. You lose $1,000, and I'm talking from my perspective. If I lose $1,000, obviously I'd look at that and go, "Oh, it's a shame. You know, I could have used that for something else." But it's also money that I can afford to lose. So all I'm saying is there's a few things on the fundamental perspective on here that I just want to bring to your attention. So the circulating supply, total supply, max supply is all the same. So all of the supply is out now. So there's no more being held by developers to be dumped here. There, it's all there. So that's nice to see. The market cap's pretty low for what you'd expect to have a low cap coin. That's that 30 million is pretty low, and the 24-hour trading volume is very low across all exchanges. It's pretty low. So this has got the hallmarks of something that in a few years, I'm talking years here, could end up doing going back into its all-time high and beyond. It's also gaming token. It's also so we're talking metaverse and all the other bells and whistles that go with that, and there's a lot of competitors out there as well. So again, another reason to not think, oh, gaming is going to work out. It might do, it might not, I don't know. It might just go to zero. You could easily do that. So I'm just putting it out there. But what we're looking at for crypto in general is something like this. We're just looking for sideways for a relatively long period of time, and then some point down the line in 2025 we're looking for new all-time highs on certain altcoins and obviously Bitcoin and whatnot. And this is the, you know, the sort of thing that I would look at and go, well, this one could end up, you know, absolutely smashing its previous all-time high and going on ridiculously. But if that's the case, then I certainly don't need to put loads of money into it. Small amounts of money into something like this that could yield loads or zero, that's the risk, and that's the game we play here. So I'm just putting it to you now that, you know, obviously this chart looks like terrible. There's nothing about this chart right now that looks good on any time frame really. But the fundamentals are the thing to focus on. And when we're talking about buying and holding, and if you can, staking some crypto, this would be something that I would highlight as has the tokenomics and the fundamentals right now to suggest that, yeah, it has every reason to moon when everybody wants to buy high in order for them to sell low later on down the line. And that's not what we do here. We buy low, and this is low, but it can go lower and lower and lower. So I'll just put it to you now. Yeah, it's just one of many of these very small cap altcoins that you'll find on KuCoin or Gate.io. Or they're worth a shot. You know, they are worth a little shot. But your goal isn't to reach the top of this triangle and sell, although that is fine if you want to do that. Your goal is to wait this one out for the mania phase to kick in back in 2025, just like it did in 2017. And I sold my XRP, just like it did in 2021 when I sold my Matic. And I'm not saying this is going to perform like those. I'm just saying this is just the nature of the crypto cycle, isn't it, really? And this will be one of many of these small cap shit coins, basically, that I'll be doing that with again and again. Like I said, for every one that does 100x, there's 5 that don't, and probably some that don't even make any money at all. So just recognize that. Right, thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.